So anyways, that was a movie, guys. But in real life also, we feel a little, low when we don't know how to speak English, or we are not very fluent in English. Now she started thinking, ab main kya karu? She never wanted them to know that she is learning English here. So I wanted to watch a movie yesterday. And when I started thinking about which movie to watch, I got very confused. I thought whether I should watch a Hollywood movie or a Bollywood movie or a thriller movie or a horror movie or a romantic movie or a comedy. So I was pretty much confused. But by the way, I like horror movies a lot. Well, so then I decided, I thought like, it's getting very difficult for me to decide. So what I thought of doing is I opened my Netflix account and I started browsing the movie section. And to my surprise, this movie caught my attention and I immediately decided that I'm going to watch this movie today. Well, hold on. I am going to tell you which movie I watched yesterday. And one more thing, I will explain you the whole movie in English so that it will help you also to come up with this exercise of practicing in English. Whichever movie you watch or whichever movie is your favorite, you can also start getting into this practice of describing the movie, coming up with a summary and explaining the movie by yourself. So this is just a practice exercise, guys, which will help you to understand how you can also come up with these kind of topics or these kind of things, small things, which can add to your practice sessions, which will make your practice session fun and entertaining. And then you can, at the end of the day, you can learn a lot from these sessions as well. Of course, if you start practicing these things, it will help you in your fluency and your speech as well, right? On that note, if you like my idea of entertaining yourself and practicing English and learning things with entertainment and fun, please subscribe my channel because there are lots of fun content and fun practice session exercises which I'm going to tell you in my videos. So please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, like my video, share my video, and do watch my videos. Okay, coming back to the movie. So today I'm going to describe this movie which is called English Winglish. Trust me, guys, this is a very good movie, extremely interesting, very good movie, and you will actually relate with the movie character. So this movie revolves around the main character called Shashi, which is played by Sri Devi. And the plot of the story is such that, Sri Devi or Shashi, the character, is not very well versed in English. Her husband and her daughter took her for granted because she was not able to speak English. But she was she used to make laddus and she used to sell. So she used to be a caterer and she used to sell laddus and sweets. So she was a small entrepreneur there. But still, since she was not very fluent in English and she couldn't speak English and connect with people, so her husband and her daughter was not very comfortable with that thing. So this made her little weak and felt little, not was not treated properly by her family, and she was very quite sad about it, but she couldn't express that. So what happened next was her sister used to live in US, and she called her and she said that her daughter's wedding is in US and she want her to come to US. Her sister, Shashi's sister, basically. Now, of course, it's her sister's niece's wedding, so she has to go. So she planned to go to US and she planned to go a little early. So her family told her to go 5 weeks before the wedding so that she can help her sister to prepare for the wedding, preparations and all, she can help them. So she decided to go 5 weeks early there. She went there, she reached US with her son, who was very supportive of her, and he used to love her a lot, in spite of knowing that she's not very fluent in English. She don't know English, and she's little afraid of things, and she's a little quiet. But so they reached US. Now there what happened, she went to a cafe one day, and she felt quite insulted, by a waitress, because she was not able to properly communicate to her in English. So that experience was also something which she had, and she felt very miserable about. Right? हमारे साथ भी होता है, हम कभी कभी देखते हैं कि लोग इंग्लिश में बात कर रहे हैं, सब इंग्लिश में बात कर रहे हैं, हम नहीं बात कर पा रहे हैं, तो वी फील लिटिल हम थोड़ा सा ऐसा झिझक फील करने लगते हैं, या अपने को थोड़ा छोटा समझने लगते हैं कि यार काश हम भी बोल पाते तो शायद लोग हमें और ज़्यादा प्रायोरिटी देते, इज्जत देते थोड़ा. तो दैट सेम थिंग हैपेंड विथ हर ऑल्सो. उसके साथ भी वही हो रहा था. उसको ऐसा लगने लगा था कि शी इज़ लेस इम्पॉर्टेंट, उसको इतनी इम्पोर्टेंस नहीं दी जा रही है, लोग उससे थोड़ा सा दूर रहते हैं, या फिर उसको इतनी इज्जत नहीं दे रहे हैं, इतना प्यार अफेक्शन नहीं मिल रहा है उसको. सो दैट वाज द ओनली थिंग विच मेड हर फील सेम. नाउ व्हाट हैपेंड हियर, when she came to US, after this incident, she decided to join a conversation English course. Okay, wherein she can study and learn English language and start to speak English fluently. So she went there and she enrolled in that course, where she made some money selling laddus and sweets and all. So with that money, she enrolled herself in the course, which was a 4 weeks course there in US. And she didn't tell this to anybody. She just, secretly gone and she enrolled in the course. And she used to travel the city by, metros and the local transport. And she sort of explored the whole city on her own. She took that initiative, which I appreciate, right? Which we also need to take that initiative to come out of our comfort zone and start to speak and practice and learn English. So she started exploring the city and she got enrolled in the course. There she met a bunch of people who were from different countries, like one was from Pakistan, one was from China, another was from Mexico, one was from Africa, and one was a Tamil software engineer also. So she met these kind of people there who were not very fluent in English, and they wanted to learn to speak English because they were in US, and of course they have to. So she met with these people, she started learning English, and she started bonding with these people, and she really felt very uplifted. मतलब उसको बहुत अच्छा लगने लगा उनके बीच, because they were similar to her, और वो उसकी बातों को importance देते थे, उसको appreciate करते थे, and she felt very उसका self morale बढ़ने लग गया, right? She started feeling strong and good in herself. Then finally शादी के दिन the date of the wedding was approaching, और 4 week ख़त्म होने वाले थे. So suddenly his family, like his husband and daughter, gave a surprise and they came here. अब इसके कुछ दिन और बचे थे कोर्स के. Now she started thinking कि अब मैं क्या करूँ. She never wanted them to know that she is learning English here. So she tried to sort of like किसी तरह से वो बहाना करके जाती थी and आती थी किसी तरह से. She tried managing some days, but then finally she had to quit. And the only criteria was like she wanted to get a certificate, but for the certificate there was a parameter that the person has to write and speak in English for 5 minutes. They have to deliver a 5-minute speech, and then they will be awarded that certificate. So she decided to quit because the date of the wedding and the test was coinciding, and she couldn't make it. So she thought of quitting. Now what happened? Now this Shashi's niece, the other niece, knew about this. So what she did was, she, instead of asking her to go to and deliver the speech, she called the institutes, the instructor and the whole bunch of people there, the classmates here to the wedding, and she invited everyone here. And when Shashi saw them, she was quite surprised to see all of them. And she started introducing them to her husband and daughter and everybody else. And looking at it, her husband and daughter were also surprised because these people were of different origins. And they were like, how could even she meet them and how could she talk to them? They were just thinking in their minds and they were like quite surprised. And then comes the last and the main part of the movie. Now, in these weddings, what they do is they give a toast and they give a speech on behalf of the, bride and groom. So, Shashi was to give this speech. Now, she stood up and she started speaking in English. And everybody was shocked and surprised. And she delivered a 5-minute speech. And at the end of the speech, the instructor granted her her certificate also. So she learned English, she started speaking English fluently. She made it a point that everybody knows that, she's fluent in English now and she can speak in English. And she also, in her speech, she told about family values and love and affection and respect, which we all need to give to each other, which made her husband and daughter realize that, oh yeah, they were not right in treating her just because she didn't know English. So anyways, that was a movie, guys. But in real life also, we feel a little, low when we don't know how to speak English or we are not very fluent in English. Because nowadays, at many situations, we need to speak in English to give an impact or to make an impact. So don't worry, guys. You can also be like Shashi. Yes. So take my tip, start practicing this, go watch a movie and then start describing the movie in English, either in front of your mirror or in front of your camera or in front of your mobile. So whatever you choose, just get started. See you. Bye-bye.